For the follower of Jesus, times like this, times of chaos, times of uncertainty, are a perfect time to love. Even for the Christian in these times, there's a lot of temptation to fear, a lot of jobs are at stake, income is on the line, families are squeezed all together in one house for an extended period of time. There are lots of reasons to have anxiety and to fear. The Bible reassures us. It says, God is love, and whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. By this is love perfected in us, so that we may have confidence on the day of judgment. Because as he is, so also are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. What does it look like to love in this kind of time? It looks like having no fear. There are, of course, a lot of threats, but as we talked in the last video, there is nothing that can threaten what God has given us if we follow him. This is a time of bold love, and there are lots of ways that can manifest. In one way, love can be just staying home, not putting it in danger other people. Sometimes love is going to be going and checking on your neighbor that's elderly or can't go to the store. Sometimes love is going to be just staying with your family and living at peace with them, even when there's friction and stress just by being in close quarters. There's so many ways that the Lord wants to live his love through us. For the believer, this is an amazing time to get to practice and show the love that God has given us, that God lives through us. But these times of crisis are wonderful times to learn the kind of love that we should be living out every day. This is a time for the follower of Jesus to maybe reassess, look at how are ways in my daily life, that when life is normal, what are the ways that I'm not loving? Jesus says, greater love has none than this, than that a man lay down his life for his friend. Are there ways that I could lay down my life more in the daily rhythm of life, the normal season of life? Are there ways that I can be laying myself down more in love for other people, to see that love transform them and bring them to know him? There are lots of ways that we can all change and reassess our lives. It's so easy, especially in America, to just go on our daily life and get involved and wrapped up in the things that we do, but sometimes forget that the priority and the command that God gives us to love one another. And this is a wonderful season, this time of coronavirus, to again, who holds the crown in my life? Is it me? Or is it Jesus who calls us to love? And doesn't just command us to love, he calls us because it's an amazing, life-giving thing for us. It's not just life-giving for those we love, it's life-giving for us. It's an amazing thing to be called in to love the world, to sacrifice my good, my desires, my rights, to love others and bring his kingdom alive in the world. If you're a follower of Jesus, look for ways to love and serve and bless in this time. Part of it is just stay home. Be okay with giving up some things that you wanted to do. We've got to give up some things that we want to do sometimes to keep others safe. Check on your neighbors. Serve your wife and your family. Serve your husband. Serve your roommates in sacrificial ways. Support local business. We've been involved in a lot of local small businesses that we know are really hurting in this time. As a follower of Jesus, this is an amazing time to live out our charge, to love our neighbors as ourselves. As this crisis goes on longer, there are going to be more opportunities to do that. So I encourage you with that, I charge you with that, to look for opportunities. Ask the Lord to show you where you can love and serve and bless. This is a wonderful time of getting to love, be the hands and feet of Jesus. Sometimes those hands and feet are bound. Sometimes they're let loose to move and act in the world. The greatest way we can live out that love is to have no fear. There's nothing to fear. If you are a follower of Jesus, you have nothing to fear in this time. Even if you lose everything, if you get sick, if you get the coronavirus, you have nothing to fear, because Jesus gives us a hope for today and a hope for eternity that we cannot lose if we're following Him. So press on in life and in love, following Jesus in every step of the way, especially in crisis, and see what the love of God does in this time.